was saying like, I'm gonna pick up Sheik. Sheik's so good. You know, in order to play Ryu, your opponent has to mess up. But weirdly enough, like a lot of people say that, you know, I'm gonna pick up, you know, a very technical top tier like Sheik. But he put in the time, put in the effort, and now the Sheik is definitely something that Mr. E has to be scared of.
The Sheik is actually what knocked me out of winners today. Hi everyone, I'm Zyvon. Nice to be back in New York.
Hey.
Let's see, we got, oh, this is game 1, all right. Jen and Mr. E.
Yeah, so Jen, I don't think, have you seen Jen's Sheik recently?
So it beat me round 2 today.
Oh, right, yeah. You did just say
yeah,
that.
because Olimar Ryu is the actual easiest matchup. So he had to switch to Sheik, and then he beat me.
Okay.
But yeah, his Sheik is very good, very technical. His advantage state is super oppressive. His neutral is, I mean, it's good. It's not like, it's not what I noticed particularly, but it's solid. It's just, you know, it's a lot of Sheik stuff, and his ability to keep you in the air and just not let you get back to neutral is really what stood out to me.
So one thing is that I always like to tell this story that I was like, you know, I was in a car with Jen at one point, and he said, he's just like, you know, I can't believe that people play this game when they can't react to ledge roll. And it made me cry. I felt so bad.
I feel slightly attacked, but that's okay.
But it's important based on what you were saying, because his advantage is so good, especially at the ledge, because he's so good at reacting to options.
Exactly.
If
no,
you
everything you do, he reacts to, and he has some. Even if he doesn't punish it immediately, he's got some sort of trap for it where you're never actually back to neutral.
Yeah, you don't need a good neutral with Sheik if your opponent is never in neutral.
Exactly. Because the neutral is good, but like it's not. It didn't stand out to me only because I wasn't in it much.
That was actually crazy.
That was really good.
Yeah, Jen going for that mix-up, you know, the very rare ledge attack, and Mr. E just preparing for it really well.
He had a jump? Wow. Did not think he had a jump.
All right, and as this game is dragging on, it seems like maybe Mr. E is figuring this out a little bit more. Yeah, Jen trying to find his way back down to the ground. Now he has no jump. He's on the ledge, but he manages to get back.
Good punish right there. Not a lot of characters have the frame data to punish things like, you know, Sheik F tilt or all of Sheik's moves on shield. Ooh, half charge F smash there.
That was
optimal punish. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's like he's confident on the timing.
Speaking of confident, went for the double bouncing fish right there.
We are actually seeing a lot of these.
Good setup with the ledge trump. That is something he'll definitely go for from time to time. And with a lot of people, it seems a bit predictable because they're just sort of awkwardly standing right there. But Jen has so many other options he can go for from that position. He does a good job of mixing it up and making sure you're not fully aware, as the DI on that will kill him off the side right there. Game 1 goes to Mr. E.
A little bit suspect DI there. I think he was just, I'm not sure what, I think he was preparing for something. Maybe when we get back, I think he might have been.
Just been drifting away. That's a lot of times what happens there when you're trying to fade away with an aerial.
He was on the ground,
I think he. Oh, I don't know. I thought he was short hopping there.
Maybe I'm wrong.
He is going to the Ryu. All right. I don't think this is too bad of a matchup for Ryu, but I would assume that he knows, you know, he knows more about it, and his decision was to go Sheik. So that's interesting. One
thing is that, you know, in general, Ryu I feel like would have a lot of trouble landing because yes, Marth does not, or Lucina does not have a lot of multi-hits in the air.
Really just Nair, yeah.
But the ones that she do are
Nair
really
is very
effective.
good, and
also
if you use it on the ground, side B is fantastic, yeah.
Even aerial side B.
True, yeah.
Although I believe he might actually be able to dash out of the first two hits.
Yeah, I don't know about that, actually.
Maybe we'll get the chance to see it. Oh.
I love the shield sound effects. It's so cool.
Oh, yeah. No, Ryu, I actually feel like Ryu was like the best designed character in this game. As in terms of like fitting into his lore.
Yeah.
It, like, you know, like you know, he feels like it's just, I think it just did such a good job with it.
His design from a Smash character perspective is interesting, but
well, no, because like a lot of Smash characters,
with
they want them to feel like they're from the original games.
Exactly.
And Ryu is like
they did with Bayo, but we all see how that went.
Well, he has Street Fighter combos.
No, yeah, exactly.
I actually believe that Bayo is very accurate to her games.
Yeah,
that
I
in the
agree.
Games, she literally kills gods.
Yeah. Oh, in her games, she's broken.
So it's a beat 'em
It's
up.
convenient. And in his games, Ryu, you know, how good he is changes from Street Fighter to Street Fighter, but he's always very powerful. You have a certain feeling of being powerful when you play Street Fighter in general, because you do something like that, it looks like it should hurt. So I think it's pretty good. And I really like that play from Jen right there. You know, you just need that one opportunity from Ryu. Oh boy, is this
going to be big?
Oh, okay.
I love that with the canceling out of it, but Mr. E actually prepared and gets that spot dodge Now we have Gen once again in the corner. He needs to find his way out of it. I'm liking his spacing. There it is, finally finding that grab. He's been looking for it quite a few times this set.
Oh, Mr. E going low. Gen recovering high. It's pretty much a 50-50 right there. Pretty hard for Lucina to react and punish, but if you guess correctly, you will probably get the kill as the up B right there.
That was a fantastic up B. You saw that they clanked.
The clank, yeah.
And none of Lucina's frame data would be really good enough. Like, think about it, even if she was to spot dodge and up tilt can just cover that.
Right.
So that intangibility at the start of up B was...
Frame 1 intangible. I believe hitbox is frame 4 or something like that.
Yeah. Around that, yeah. At the very least. I mean...
Very fast. Frame 1 intangible.
What's your intangible hitbox?
As is Ryu's up B. I would be interested to see the interaction there.
Oh, yeah, that
because they both have a frame 1 intangible move right there. Like that. Speaking of which. Jen just runs up and does it. You got to do that sometimes with Ryu.
Well, the
just
thing
do
is,
it.
You can, but also, like, I want to point out that that was a really nice call out because of the fact that Mr. E dashing back and forth, back and forth.
Exactly.
And the instant that it looks like he's not going to be retreating, he goes in a little bit more, he just lets it rip.
Yeah.
It's like, he's like, I know that you're going to actually commit on this dash.
Right. And speaking of which, Lucina's dash, Martha and Lucina's dash is one of the worst in the game.
Oh, yeah,
as
no,
far
I think
as
it's the worst.
the start. Oh, is it the worst? Yeah.
It is. It has
I believe it's 24, 25 frames.
No, it's not
or
that
something
much.
like
It's like
that.
18 frames, but that's like far more
yeah,
significant, especially as opposed to a character
It's a
like
significant amount compared to pretty much everyone else, as far as I know. It's not a stat that I know for every character because it's just not that important for other characters.
Well, like a lot of the characters have the same one.
Exactly.
Yoshi is another character that has a really bad dash.
Of course. You don't need to be on the ground. You're in the air all the
I
time.
believe Roy, actually, a lot of the Fire Emblem characters are sort of designed that way.
Well, yes, because Roy is bad. But anyway, back to the match.
Is it Puff officially better than Roy now?
No, but I'd be inclined to say it's closer than people would expect. Not because Puff is any good, just because Roy's terrible. Anyway,
yeah,
we got Lucina and Ryu right here.
Yeah, and I'm actually...
FD counter pick. That's interesting.
I can actually understand why. So A, you don't have the ceiling of Town and City to worry about. And B, it feels like Mr. E's neutral.
I guess he didn't have a jump. That's unfortunate.
Something weird happened there, and that's unfortunate for Jen, as all of a sudden he has to work back from a huge deficit. And, you know, we'll talk about Ryu, you know, and his ability to make comebacks, but against Mr. E, getting in, you know, he's like, I feel like the raw Shoryus are really working out because he's not going to get able to close the gap for some guaranteed follow-up.
When Ryu nairs and then just immediately nairs again, it looks like it's just one constant hitbox the whole time. He stays in that weird pose with his fist down there. Oh, fake Trump right there.
Oh, good down smash. That's a lot of damage, but down smash from Ryu almost never kills.
No, good out of shield option though. It has surprising range. Gives him really his only like significant option out of shield. That's if you're not in Shoryu range. But right there, we see the dash attack. You don't see that much.
Yeah, no, that's...
It looks like a sword air, but on the ground.
Killed. I can't believe that killed.
I can. It's Ryu.
I mean, yeah, but like I never see the dash
I see what you
attack,
mean,
so
though.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that was an option to close out the stock right there. Oh, that's
good
big.
focus. That is a big factor in this matchup because that's something Ryu has against a lot of swordies. It's the reason he has a better matchup than people would expect against Cloud. Things like that. Of course, Lucina, we've mentioned, has the tools to counter that with Nair, with side B, but still, it's definitely a factor because Lucina's up B is such a good move for juggling, and Ryu can just fall right through it.
Yeah, Mr. E known for his very late aerials. The spacing from Mr. E, just like that was pixels away, and all of a sudden Jen is at 140% trapped at the ledge. There are so many ways that Mr. E can close out the stock. A back air, once again, not great DI, but he is going to be surviving.
Good recovery. Mr. E would have had to commit very, very far to make anything happen there, and with the lead he had, he didn't think it was worth it. Smart decision. He ends up getting the kill with that Nair right there, and Mr. E wins it 2-1.
And I will point out, like, you know, we didn't see him playing Martha's set. I think one of the big reasons why is right there. He needs to make sure that he gets consistent kills. Because if he doesn't...
Especially off stage. It's very hard to space against a Ryu with a tipper, but it's very easy to space with a Lucina sword. Here we see... Love Ryu's forward throw animation. That was a great dash attack right there. Just the call out on the shield breaker.
Quick, what's the animation of Ryu's back throw?
I think he like throws you over his shoulder.
Does he?
I'm not actually sure.
Right? For back throw.
Ryu's back throw.
His back throw? He just throws you. He just
throws you over his shoulder.
Over the shoulder or over the head?
No, over the shoulder. He just rolls onto his back and throws you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those.
He does the judo.
It's not something I've seen.
Throws the judo throw.
Here's the thing. I love like pop quizzing people on the throw.